don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Hello there everyone, Tom here again. Today we have the privilege of taking a look at the Flame Toys Optimus Prime Attack Mode Model Kit. Now this is not going to be, this is not going to be, I guess you could say, one of my typical reviews where I just pull the figure out and I show you what it does. This is going to be a review video, and it's also going to be a build video, customization. So enough people have done this so that you have if you're watching this, you probably have a pretty good idea about what happens here as far as the model kit, what it does, articulation and all that. But for me, I wanted to get one of these so that I could customize it. It does this, that, and the other. You get artwork and whatnot. You get your sprues here. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what I could do with this. So, what do you say we tear into it and get started? Okay, so as you can obviously see, it comes with several sprue pieces. We used to call those plastic trees. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before or not. But you get the blue one, the big blue one. You get this blue one that's got blue and black in it. The red one, the gray one, another black one which looks like it's got his weaponry on it. A gray and black one, those are tires. Blue, I can only conclude that might be for the chest windows. The black pieces, and then we get our instructions and stickers, apparently. Alright, so as I said, this is going to be a customization of this. So I'm going to have to take a look at this and actually figure out what I'm going to paint and what I'm not. I can already tell you I'm going to end up painting the red and probably the blue. Some of the gray will be silver. I will probably use like a cherry red, because I like cherry red. I'll probably use a cherry red on him and do some silver with the grays instead, just to see what he's like. And again, this is going to be a custom, so it doesn't have to be right, at least not to anyone else's sensibilities, just to mine. So I will pause this video, and when you see this next, it will probably have all of the stuff that I intend to paint, at least with the base coat painted. Alright, so I'm outside, and I will be painting these gray pieces here, these right here, with this particular type of paint. So we have these, and this that is going to turn silver right before your eyes. Alright, now I'm going to use a shimmer metallic candy apple red on this right here, and we will go from there. So we've done the gray into silver, we've done the red into candy apple red, And now we're going to do the dark blue here, which looks a whole lot lighter on camera than it does in person. I'm going to do the blue shimmer, and it's got these wonderful little flecks in it, which just make it look absolutely incredible on the things I've used it on before. If I haven't mentioned this previously, I'm doing 2 coats, so yeah, why don't we just go ahead, and I know I've sped up, I think I have sped up several times, but I don't know if I will this time or not. One of the things that I do is I take my spray can and I do a test spray just to get some of the material out. And if you hear some background noise, it's because it's raining outside. I can't do this inside. So just a nice little light, thin coat over top here. I do this from 3 sides just to ensure the fact that I get a good even distribution of the paint, and I do it lightly so that there's no clumping or mess. Now I'll go ahead and I'm waiting 30 minutes in between coats. I will go ahead and I will put on the second coat, and when I come back I should be doing additional things with the paint. I am now going to take the gray pieces here and I'm going to give them a single coat of clear, just because I'm going to eventually go for a weathered look, but I need to start from the factory beautiful look, if you will. So I'm going to do 1 coat of clear on this, and then I'm going to flip it here after a little bit and put on a second coat. I'm doing this just to make it nice and pretty and even. Again, being very light with it and just ensuring the fact that it's all covered. We are back inside. I have painted everything that I'm capable of painting right now. I did not paint the tires because I kind of want them to look like that. I think that's fine. I did not paint the chest window here, or what I'm concluding is probably the eyes. I may do that later. We'll just have to wait and see. Additionally, there is a sprue, a tree, for the weapons, and I have that painted up. I have that taped up. I need to buy another can of paint. My gold paint died on me. So I'm going to buy another can of paint tomorrow and go from there. So I have the instructions here. Real quick, why don't I just zoom in here so you can maybe see some of the differences. This paint is gold flecked, or metallic flecked, and I just love that. I think it's going to look really good. We have the silver where we had the gray. We have the red, which also has the metallic flake finish. Okay, I have the, this is the base color. I just spray painted it with just a touch of clear. And I am going to work right here, so hopefully everybody can see and follow what I'm doing. Additionally, I have this thing, which will hold parts in the event it is needed. I have my magnifying glass, various paintbrushes, tools. You'll see it all. Why don't we go ahead and let's see, I need to put the instructions to where I can see them. Why don't we go ahead and get started. is actually quite interesting. They have molded in a matrix, even though it's going to go behind the windows and not be seen. I think that's really interesting, and I thought I would show you. Right here we have an example in the instructions where it says I should put on these little bitty stickers right here, which are for the lights that go right here. Now, I don't intend to use the stickers for these lights. I'm actually going to use some paint that I have and paint these in by hand. So I'm going to go ahead and you'll see me do that now. In addition to the lights here on the sides, let's turn it this way, you can see these vents right here. And there is a sticker for it on the sticker sheet. I'm not sure, I guess it's S30 here. I am not going to use the sticker. I am going to I'm going to paint this. I'm going to paint it. And I think, providing it works, I'm going to go with my, if it'll focus, I'm going to go with my gunmetal gray here. If that doesn't work, then I will, I guess, just use flat black. But why don't we go ahead and get this started. I'll do both sides. I ran into a little small problem. My gunmetal gray, sadly it was drier than the Sahara Desert. So I have been required to make my first of, I'm sure, several adjustments on this project. I have taken a dark gray and mixed in just a little bit of black just to make it a little bit darker. And I now have this color, which is probably not coming off correctly on camera, but just trust me, it'll look just fine when I get done with it. And I am just trimming up my paintbrush now which if you aren't familiar with that, it is something that you should really do before you use a paintbrush. Check it to make sure it's right. I will be using this brush, which will be too big. Yeah, okay, so so right off the bat, it would appear that I'm going to have to get a different paintbrush, which I will here, and I will put this stuff on the way it's supposed to go. So, now I'm going to clean my paintbrush with some paint thinner and just kind of let that dry. I mean, the lights, the gray, I think it looks pretty good. But let me also remind you that you may have very different methods of your customizations, and that's fine with me. This is mine, and by the time you are watching this, I will have already completed this, so if you have some suggestions or pointers, I'd be welcome to hear them, but just remember, this is already done by the time you're watching it. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Alright, so I am going to set this piece aside so the paint can dry. And actually that matched up very well now that I'm looking at it in person. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I've set that aside. I am now going to move on to, that was step 3. I'm going to move on to step 4. Part 5 says that we connect this piece here, which I was comfortable enough to go ahead and do and add a little glue to, and this piece. Unfortunately, the picture is not the greatest ever was, and I don't know if it goes this way or if it's intended to be flipped around and go like this. So until I find out for sure, I'm not going to glue it. Once I figure it out for definitive, I will go ahead and I will glue this in place so it doesn't move. the instructions call for me to use little red stickers right here. Headlights that are going to be replaced. I don't think I'm going to do that. Instead, I will use this stuff I have here called classic gold, and it'll make it pop. Both precise and cautious. This piece has solidified, the glue has glued itself together, so I think it is now time to continue. It is day 2. I have purchased myself some new paint. This is, it is acrylic, but it is metal, gunmetal paint. I also got myself some additional super glue in the event that I need some. All the parts are dry. Everything should be good to go. So why don't I take an opportunity here, and I said I would show this off. So allow me to zoom in here on this particular piece, and as you can see, it is just, that gold leaf is just gorgeous on here. So yeah, I will get started again and we will go from there. I have made a rather serious error on my model kit, and it is primarily because I was not paying attention to what I was doing. This should be on this side over here, so that the tire would sit here like the rest of them. So this is pretty unfortunate. Not sure how I will remedy this, but I'll try and think of something. Yeah, I might just eliminate this one altogether and just kind of cut this so that it'll match up here. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing, so that the leg will work the way it's supposed to. You know, one thing at a time. We get there. But yeah, that's one of the bad things about gluing it, is it's not coming loose. So yeah. He is built, and he has been customized. There was a slight, there were a few small errors that I made. Obviously he does not have the wheels here because I cut the pieces to fix that. The other flaw in this that I have discovered is the hands don't stay on very well at all. So just be mindful of that. Hopefully yours won't have the same issues that mine has, but that's kind of a significant thing there for the hands. Okay, so let's zoom in here and you can take a look at what I've done. I've given him baby blue eyes, excuse me there, as you can see, and you can see the Fleck plastic, the Fleck metal in the red. I really like that look, personally. I used a red sticker. I used some of the stickers just to say that I used some. The head crest, the ones on the side here, those are stickers. Obviously I used those. This is a sticker. I can always go back later, should I so desire, and just remove those. Moving down the figure, you see the silver. Here's the gray that I used, and I actually do kind of like that better than the stickers, but we'll see. Moving on down, you can see the silver, how it worked. Let me see here. One thing I will recommend, if you decide to use the clear paint on the joints, just make sure the fact that you use plastic paint and not the Rust-Oleum stuff that I used. The gas cans you can see are silver. I did use some stickers on the inside, just, I don't know, I just thought I'd try them. And the feet right there, you can see the blue fleck in the plastic. Now, articulation in this mode, he is highly articulated. He's got multiple joints in his neck. He can look down that far, up that far, and his head can do a full 360. I don't know if the ears are supposed to move or not, but I glued mine in place, so there. The arms can do a full 360, no problem. They can go out to there. I don't know if I'm supposed to glue those together or not, but anyway, the wrist can move all the way around. He's got a double jointed elbow, so yeah, he's well articulated in that regard. He can definitely do wee. Let's see here. He has a joint here, and a joint in here, so he can get an ab crunch down to there, and it looks fairly natural. If you bend him over a little bit, he can get even further back to about right there, and he can go over this far and over this far on these joints. The legs, there are 2 hip skirts here, and I almost think this looks too big. I think this is more like a diaper than a thing. The legs can go out this far, so he can't quite do the Chinese splits. He might be able to if you put the legs on the right way, but I don't know for sure. He can go forward that far, he can go back that far. You have the thigh built in here so it can turn. The knee is double jointed, you get that much out of it. The foot has a rocker, right? It's actually on a ball joint right there. It moves back and forth. The heel is a fixed piece, but the toe is not, so it moves around. Yeah, he has different hands that you can use. I've got the fist hand in right here, and I've got his gun in this hand, so yeah, okay. Here he is. I guess the next thing we need to do is size comparison. I got nothing. Well, then get the hell out of here. Damn it. Okay, so I think that's the scale comparisons. He doesn't transform, so I guess the next thing we need to do is simply to go into final thoughts. Final thoughts wise, this is a model kit. It is designed to be put together, it is designed to be customized however you want it, and it is designed to be highly movable once it is put together. It took me, now understand that I'm slow when it comes to this kind of thing. It took me approximately 5 hours to do this, and honestly I could have put in another 2 perhaps to make this look the way that I wanted, but I didn't. I had to quit with it there. I am seriously considering, should you buy this? Absolutely, but know what it is you're getting. It is a model kit. It looks a little different from what we think of as Optimus Prime, but I think it's worth the money. I am going to probably purchase 2 more of these, painting one of them white to be an Ultra Magnus and one of them black to be a Scourge. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next release from this company, the Starscream, and obviously that'll be the 3 Seekers when I get a hold of the mold. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope this helped you make a decision whether or not to purchase this. It takes a while to put together, but I think ultimately it is worthwhile. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Vitamin John. Operators are standing by.